many people in the West are panicking about Ebola, and I think some of that is because we've lost in the West a kind of grounding in religious values and understanding the cycles of life from a religious perspective. And you could contrast that with the affected countries where people are facing much more pressure, much more tragedy, much more loss of life and illness, with thousands of people being affected by Ebola, and yet they still are religious people. The priests in Liberia said to me that there are more people in church now than there were before, and they were pretty practicing of religion before as well. So they look to God to help them. And again, as I went to meetings at the Ministry of Health while I was in Liberia, every single one of those meetings started with a prayer. And the Ministry of Health official would say, well, now so-and-so, will you please start with a prayer today? And it closed with a prayer as well. So we do have more of a sense of prayer and connection to God among people in the southern countries than many in the northern countries. And I think this is fed the panic that we experience in the northern countries of Europe and in North America, Australia, all of which have put in very, very rigid rules around people, even medical volunteers who are returning to the country, even though they don't have any symptoms, they are not infected, and if they did become infected, they're not infectious to others until they have symptoms. We have to admit, I mean, many priests and clergy have been afraid of this situation. You know, they too may not have good information. They may be fed with some of the myths. And so it's important to give them that correct information and to let them know what they can do in ministering to people and what they should avoid doing. The other thing is that then a number of priests that I spoke to in Liberia told me that their parishioners were telling them, don't go near these people, you know, because you're going to bring this illness back to us. And so we're not coming to church if you go and help so-and-so. And it takes a lot of convincing of the parishioners, first of all, not to try to block the priest from helping, but also that they too can help in a safe way and to let them know how to do that safely.